Perhaps the most controversial piece of the program, of the package, was a proposal for teacher testing. Clearly, I received a lot of opposition from the teachers union on this, and it was pretty simple though. What it said was that every 5 years, teachers shall submit to a test. It'll be the same test that teachers take when they're originally certified to teach in the subject area that they're teaching. When I explain it to most people, they find it pretty common sense because it was structured such that a teacher would have 2 chances to get 60% of the answers correct on the material that they're teaching our kids in a classroom. If they were to fail the first time, then they'd have a 3-month period, an opportunity for remediation to try to get them up to speed so they can pass the test. So they would have 2 chances. I don't think it's too much to ask that the teachers demonstrate the same type of proficiency that people in other professions, carpenters, architects, pilots, doctors, lawyers, barbers, beauticians, they all have to take. I'd be happy to take a test on the legislative process.
You got a plan for the legislators to take a test?
In any case,
I mean, we didn't have tests for legislators. I mean, I don't care if they want to give a test. I think I can pass the test. But do legislators take the test? I mean, if you have so much respect for the teachers, why didn't you consult with us on any of these bills? You didn't. You avoided us. Why didn't you put anything about class sizes in there if you're seriously interested in looking at helping these children? I mean, we're in a crisis situation now for the St. Louis public schools. We can either go the way with the Republicans who have backed Ron Jackson, who fund Focus, who have run the schools into the ground for 4 years. They've been running it for 4 years. Now, you can bash the public schools all day long. You can find something. Then I'll sit down. Just let me have my say and then I'll sit down. If you want to have a bashing of the public schools, you can do it. But what they're proposing now is going to make this such a god-awful mess. Everybody's going to say, how could we allow that to happen? Stop it now. Stop these Republicans from ruining it. They're the ones who are funding Jeff Smith. They put him in. They put Mayor Slay in. $23 million.
Okay.
He just got it.
Thank you.
Yeah, what do you think about the $23 million bond issue that Jeff Smith just got for Confluence Academy and that Francis Slay got him?
How many people had their taxes go up this year? Raise your hand. City of St. Louis residents, come on now, tell the truth. Did your taxes go up this year? Did you know that the mayor gave Confluence Academy, that Jeff Smith is on the board of, $23 million the week before Jeff Smith went into the State House and moved a bill to give Mayor Slay charter school authority? That's a fact. Now you can draw your own conclusions whether there's a quid pro quo or not, but it's a fact.
Okay, I understand that this is a very heated topic, but I want to make sure that we are talking about and asking questions that will help us.
Just gave you 3 of them.
Yeah, I will let him answer. But also, every time someone talks, they also give like a speech. So try to keep it to a question for our panelists because they are some of our decision makers and we want to hear from them. So I'm going to turn it over to Jeff Smith to answer those 3 questions.
Thank you very much, Deb. Appreciate it. I actually did consult with many teachers over the course of the last several years. I speak with Ray Cummings fairly frequently. I met with Ray and Mary Armstrong at Chris's one morning, and we discussed a lot of these issues in depth. I know Ray would attest to that. I think we've had a wonderful dialogue over the last several years, and we don't always agree on everything, but we're always respectful with each other, and I've appreciated your friendship. So,
thank you, Senator.
You're welcome. In addition to Ray, there are many teachers with whom I talk informally. I have an email correspondence with probably 20 or 25 teachers in different schools. So the notion that I haven't been involved in consultation, I think is erroneous. Secondly, to address your question about class size, I actually, with several teachers, have discussed a class size proposal that's modeled after one in Wisconsin, which started at the K through 3 level. They started with, I think, 15, the class size of 15 in K through 3. It's something that I'm interested in doing. I've formulated a proposal. I ran it by Senators Gibbons and Shields, who pretty much decide what legislation moves or doesn't move. They told me this year it was a non-starter because of budget considerations, but it was something that was a part of my plan. That said, when I toured schools, I always wrote down the number of kids in every class that I went to, and then I did an average at the end of every day. And the class sizes did not appear to be a significant problem. There were some schools I went to where literally the average class size was in the single digits, such as Williams Middle. The average class size was usually in the low teens. Now, I'm not saying that there weren't a lot more kids than that enrolled in the class. I'm just saying the number of kids I saw on, on a daily basis. But, appreciate your concerns on that. With respect to the accusation that I'm on to take because of that, obviously I don't see a penny. That was not city money. It's a private bond issue from a private bank. Confluence Academy, I am on the board of Confluence Academy, a public charter school.
Can't seem to get
anyone,
public schools.
Anyone can attend Confluence. Anyone's welcome to attend there. It is free, open to the public. A lot of people will make the accusation that charter schools, or in particular Confluence, skims the cream of the crop. But our students, 95% of them are free and reduced lunch students. So it's essentially the same, if not slightly more disadvantaged from an economic perspective, population that attends St. Louis Public Schools. I have no financial interest in the school in any way, shape, or form. And as far as being a Republican, obviously I've been a Democrat my entire life. I would bet that I've knocked on as many doors for Democratic candidates as you or anyone else in this room. And when you, Byron, wrote the email earlier this week out to everyone saying that some lobbyist had told me they thought I was a Republican, obviously that was a made-up whole cloth, because I would have known it. I would have known it had anyone said that to me, and no one did.
With Jane
And secondly, I think every lobbyist in that building knows who the Democratic senators and Republican senators are. Thank you very much for your question.